my hand. I feel you understand me. Decide what you want, and then I will make it real indeed. Don't say time to go. No, I know you time to spare. We've been fighting feeling when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit.
Yo, 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 hello, people. How y'all doing this evening? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are watching the Sensual Eccentric podcast. I am not sure what episode this is, but oh my gosh.
It is 20.
I'm part of the team. Oh my gosh. Look at the consistency for me. Let me pat myself on the back. And you are watching on the Intellectual Soapbox. That is the channel you are tuning into. If you have not subscribed, why the hell not? Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a sister, tell a sister to tell a sister, tell a sister to tell a coworker, tell a coworker to tell a neighbor, and tell a neighbor to gossip about it all around the neighborhood. You feel me? We have talked about so many wonderful topics. I encourage you guys to go back because it's episode 20. Like it was 19 other things we talked about. Like we growing, we elevating, we're sharing, we're learning, we're being transparent, and like we're trying to help the community. At least that's the goal. Today's topic, um, I always choose things that are near and dear to my heart. And lately, the past couple months, it's like I've been choosing stuff that's affecting my personal life. Serious. So as I help the community, I help me. Okay. So today's topic is giving too much, or are you giving too much? And is your heart tank on E? Hmm, we're gonna let that sink in, okay? Because of yeah. So we'll take a breather. I'm gonna say that again. Giving too much. Do you give too much? Are you giving too much? And is your heart tank on E? I'll do a self check real quick. I thought about it briefly earlier. I do not think that my heart tank is on E. I think it's half half, but I got cheap gas in my heart tank. So I can't ride too much. I can't give too much because that cheap gas, I ain't messing with the premium today. Let's welcome my wonderful, wonderful co-host, Miss Sharice Tay. How are you, lovely?
I am well.
That's what's up. How's your heart tank today?
My heart tank is on full right now. It's on full.
You got a full tank
Full tank.
with some premium love.
I'm driving. Do you hear me? I'm whipping it.
D'Angelo said, "I love it when we cruising together, so let's cruise." You feel me?
Let's go.
Um, when was the last time, or has your heart tank been on E lately? Let's start there. The long pause. Oh my.
Yes, it have. Me, I am a giver. I love giving. That's always on my heart. Um, my tank goes to start dropping towards E when I get frustrated with the receiver. I'm not saying that I want this big thank you. I want this big in giving. You give from the heart. But when it's somebody that's constantly pulling, that's when I have to back up and stop being the giver. Because some people will be like, okay, long as you give, they will take, 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 take. And again, I don't want no acknowledgement. I don't want any of that. But the same person over and over and over and over again, it gets to be a bit much.
We're going to welcome Miss Chocolate Earth that just joined the panel in just a minute. But I want to touch on that really quickly. I was just sharing with someone this rising that was saying that they were going on a hiatus from people, and they do this a lot. When I say a lot, I mean like a lot. I understand, like, I myself, I do it from time to time. I know people that have to do it often or quite often, but they do it excessively. And it made me think about, if you always have to recharge and step away from people, I can't help but to think that maybe you're pouring into the wrong people and you're giving to the wrong people, and there's not enough people pouring into you. And what I said was, it's like our heart tank, our spiritual tank is like a spiritual bank account. And let's say, you know, let's just say, physically speaking, all your bills paid up for a year. You got it like that. You ain't got to pay rent. You ain't got to pay gas. You don't have to pay a car note. You just, all of your money you earn, you can shop, do whatever you want, take trips, yada, 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 yada. But if you're always spending, but you're not earning as much as you spend, then it don't matter how much money you got, it's going to get low at some point. So when it comes to our heart tank, our spiritual tank, it's dangerous to always give if nothing is being poured in. It's like you got a full tank. If it was a physical car, you riding on a full tank, at some point you gonna have to put some gas in that doggone car, because while you enjoying yourself riding like, yeah, I'm on full, let's get it. Where y'all wanna go? You ride all week. At the end of the weekend, you ain't put no gas in the car, then what? Let's welcome Miss Chocolate Earth. How you doing, darling?
Hey, Miss Chocolate.
I'm Hey ladies, I'm doing fantabulous. I had
I
to
know
come
that's
through and
right.
support the ladies. I try, yo. I try. Cause again, that's what we have to do. I'm in the midst of finishing these books. And so I like to come up on the panel, kind of release some mental stress, talk a little bit, laugh. I might get an idea too. But definitely, Venus is a person that when I first met her, she left such an impression on me. And so no matter how long it's been, I feel like she's like one of them friends that no matter when it is, I could call her and be like, what you doing? We go act like we just saw each other yesterday. You know what I mean? Like that, those type of people I love being around. I want that energy and I want to give it back. You know what I mean? People so want to argue and be mad at each other. I don't. Let me be in my feminine over here in the corner, loving,
Those are the
enjoying,
best type of
laughing.
friendships, Miss Chocolate. Those are the best kind.
Listen, I remember she told me, she said, "You are the queen of chaos." Something around that line. And at first I was like, "Oh, what she think I'm rowdy?" Like, I was like, "She think I'm out of control. What's happening?" But no, simply put, when she explained it to me and I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I get it." We have so much to offer one another. And then sometimes I think if you have the energy, if you able to share it, share it. So that's it. That's all I gotta say.
So I want to. You always looking good, but I'm loving the bun today and the
Girl,
makeup.
I'm trying to be smart. Oh, well, just help me. Just help me write when I'm killed.
So wait a minute now. Did I
Thank
see
you.
black nails when you held your hand up?
Come on. Where we at?
I
Where we
love
at?
black.
Me too.
Girl, look,
Me
that is
too.
some sexy stuff right there. Like
Like, I mean, and then you be looking at your skin, like touching it, like, oh, this is
I don't think people understand how powerful black is. That
ooh,
doggone
it's the
powerful
most
energy. It be
powerful
coming
color.
through.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Cause and then too, I was up here because you know what? I be saging myself when I be on some of these panels. Cause I be feeling like I don't want the demons to catch me through the internet. Cause these people be wild out here. I just be like, you please, your energy is horrifying. I am out. I can't do
They
it.
they take they take be full off Oscar the Grouch garbage and they be trying to dump it and pour it.
So you can be stinky too. So you can stink too. They misery loves company. Listen, I was just on the panel and I'm like, listen, I'm trying to be in my feminine. I'm trying to have a good conversation. What's up? It 5 minutes, somebody wanna argue. And I'm not saying it's all men, but it's always a man. I'll leave it there. There you go. That's cause he ain't getting no loving. I think all men right now need, and excuse my language, ladies, big titty hugs. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about them kind that you get at church. The
What?
kind, yeah. Excuse me. We in the club. My girls is great.
Look, the heart, the heart tank is on E and the chest, no, not on E, is on F. And the chest tank is on F too. Like we real full over here. Y'all
I'm
look, working with a full deck.
come on,
I
hello.
had to
We got the whole house. We got the whole house. Come on.
I had to turn to the side so it won't be all up. Y'all see that
Girl,
V?
listen. I was thinking one time, I said, if I ever had kids, these things would be turned into water like balloons. They'd be like this big, just sitting there. I said, no, I can't. I be that suffocated the baby. Moving on. It's not good. God gave me enough.
I want to say one thing and then I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
Far as being the queen of chaos, sometimes you got to get a little chaotic. You got to get a little rowdy. That man in that book called the Bible flipped the table one time when he was upset. So sometimes you just got to shake some shit up and
Sometimes people
let
turn up.
MF
Right.
know that sometimes. But where is your heart tank this evening? How you doing?
You know what? I'm going to tell you, I'm not at full, but I'm over. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, almost. Maybe a little, I'm a little low. Maybe a quart. So we got, if I was to break it down. I'm good, like, cause I got my family, I got my friends, I got people who I love, and they love me. So I get that. So that's why I try to share that with others because I know that's not a guarantee for everybody. You know what I mean? I know that. You don't walk out the door and be like, "This is my best friend." I got people who care. I have a support system. No, we've been raised to individualize in this country because they make more money off a single than they do married. They put us in those positions so that we have to literally we not thriving, we surviving. And so
Right.
that for me puts that place for me because I feel like my heart might be too big sometimes.
Mm,
I've been told that
mm.
you can't take care of everybody. Well, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna try. I'm
That
gonna try.
that
You
That's
yes.
know
what
what?
gives me that to your question,
The
that's what
beautiful,
gives it. Go ahead,
the
baby. I'm
beautiful.
sorry.
No, you good. The beautiful thing about you sharing and realizing that you're on a quarter tank right now. What I heard and saw in the spirit was that's okay. We don't always have to be full, because we can function pretty well off half or a quarter. Now the thing is, can we make it to the station to refuel before we go on E? And
Mm,
if some crazy reason we can't, is it somebody that's gonna push us to the station? Because
right.
Exactly.
don't leave me out here stranded if I'm on E. Look, I
Hold
ran
on,
a
hold
little
on,
Right.
bit
family.
too much
Everybody,
this
hold on
week.
one second.
Yes.
Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. I gotta verify somebody. Hold on. I am Solar Goddess. Hello, hello.
Hello?
I'm trying to verify somebody in the back.
Yeah, somebody wants to come up, and so he checking them out. He doing his maintenance thing, his engineering thing.
Yeah, they're not saying nothing. I just see road. I just see them driving, and I don't hear no sound. All right, come back, family, if you can.
Or bring them up, and I don't think nobody gonna be here that ain't cool, because we align with love over this way.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get
Yeah.
pee bombed. So I try to have that will happen. People will pee bomb you. So yeah, they'll come back. They'll come back. Link is in the chat. Come back. All right.
Please do, please, please, please. We want you to share your thoughts, share your experiences, and just vibe with us. Like I say, we elevating together, we learning together, we're sharing, and we growing. But what I was saying was, even if we happen to run out of love, in our heart tank, don't leave me stranded on the side of the road, and you not, or if you can't push me to where I need to be, how about you bring some love to me? Because if it was a physical car, you may not be able to push me to the gas station. But hey, can you go get some gas and bring it back to me real quick? Because it, I I
You
rode a
see
little
me.
bit too
Yes.
much.
Yes.
So it's okay not to be on full. It's okay to be running on fumes, because sometimes it be like that. You get happy when you ride. It just be like that sometimes.
Yeah. And I'm a person who I struggle with motivation sometimes. I didn't find out. I found out at 39. I think I had that I truly had ADHD. And I thought I was crazy and a dope all these years. And I had to learn, I had to basically re-educate myself. So, and what was wild was my mama knew and didn't even tell me. She knew I
So
had
it's like
what you call
I've always
dyslexia.
known I was different. So now I'm
Yeah,
navigating through how different I am and why I'm different. How
that's
to
it.
deal with that different, and make it work for me instead of fighting against it.
Exact. Get out of my life. You better get out of my life right now. You better
I'm
get out of my
here.
house. You better get out of my brain right now. Okay, go ahead. I apologize. I'm out my mind. Okay. I just don't get a check. That's all. Go ahead.
Girl, look, you have no idea how much we got in common. One of these days, the universe gonna really, like, we gonna have us a serious powwow. Look,
I am all for it. I am all for it. I don't care. I done met people all over the country. I done met people all over the world. And you can tell who you know that the minute we get together, it's gonna be nonstop ridiculousness, happiness. So we're gonna have to go somewhere
look,
black.
let me tell you,
Cause you
I
know
just
somebody gonna show up and try to be in the business. So we gotta go somewhere
chocolate.
black, okay?
I just saw
Yes,
us at a
ma'am.
restaurant. I just saw us at a
Me
restaurant
too.
eating,
Me
like
too. Yes. Like
like
outside.
just
Get out,
wilding out.
get out of my
But you know
head.
what I also
Get
saw in the spirit? You have such an energetic energy. It kind of reminds me of how, like, Tiffany Haddish is. And a lot of people think she's off the
out.
rails. But to know her is to love her.
She's herself. I give much respect to any woman, regardless of whether I agree or disagree. But being inside yourself is such a hard thing to accomplish and show that to the world. Like, I'm comfortable in me. Some days it be higher than other, like you said, Like some days because I'm working so hard. Like right now, I have been like, how should I put it? I'll keep it real quick. I am regrouping from helping other people at this current moment.
Mm. Okay,
And I'm
so
leaving. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm kind of like, it's been a minute. It's kind of low. I'm rebuilding. Oh, and I tell you this, Miss Venus. Why I go outside, go walk to the weed shop, and I met a man, and I'm gonna leave it right there. You got a guess on here. We got to talk to her too. That lady, I am goddess. She made it back. She back here. Where's Soap at?
hello, I am goddess. How are you, darling?
Here, I'm
Did
gonna
you see
add her
the?
to the stage. Are you okay with that if I add her to the stage, Galaxy?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna add her to the stage. Okay, bad.
Oh, I
Hi.
know who
Greetings,
that
everybody.
is. He must don't remember her. I don't know if her face was showing.
It
And
wasn't.
She was trying. Yeah, she was trying to get it together.
so for see, I didn't tell people the last time because I be trying to be professional and I be wanting unbiased, like um unbiased. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh,
Hey,
my brain is
Cherie.
going freeze. Hold on, give me 1 second. Unbiased. I can't think of the word. I think it started with an I. But unbiased conversation. So this girl, what is your doggone it's I am goddess. So this is my other best friend. My co-host is my best friend. This is my other best friend. These two
Oh,
Hey,
women, these two women
that's
right here keep me
Shania.
straight.
I said, hey,
hey.
Cherie.
Look, I'm looking at I'm trying to figure out who is that coming with me.
You ain't seen her in a long time, girl. She got locks, baby. She got it in a ponytail. She ain't letting it all hang out. She in Texas and Louisiana. It's hot as hell, so she
It is
let that
hot.
hair
Oh my,
hang. She gon'
it is
she gonna
so
be
hot
sweating
right
all over the
now. It
place.
is so hot. I got my shirt tucked up under my bra. Got my hair. It is so hot right now. Like, oh my.
I'm in
Everybody,
Arizona. I feel you, sis.
everybody don't know about the shirt tucked up under the bra, but
Um,
look, because we just got through talking about working with a
Girl,
full
I got a
chest.
full deck.
I heard.
Right.
I heard y'all. I saw y'all rocking y'all. Little, da-da-da-da-da, you know.
So let me properly welcome you to the panel. How are you, love? Today's topic is giving too much. Do you give too much? Are you giving too much? And is your heart tank on E? So check, 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 check. I know your car be on E all the time. We ain't gonna look. See,
Ah.
look.
Don't
This
feel
type of
bad. That was
car,
me. Don't feel bad. That was me.
she like seriously, she never goes to the gas station when she need to. But how about
Oh,
your heart
wait.
tank? What that heart tank looking like today?
Oh, well, first, let's just, first. But no. Um, Let me turn it back. I was trying to be funny. I'm my bad, trying to be funny. Okay. It's
Did she kick herself out?
Probably
No,
so.
she disconnected. I think wherever. Hold on, I'm gonna bring her
Here we
back.
go. There it is. There it is. Can y'all hear me? I apologize. I'm in the woods, so I'm in the country, so I'm in and out, that kind of thing. Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
We can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. Um, Heart on full. Yeah, it has to be on full.
I'm so happy to hear.
Um,
Oh, you know what?
you,
Let, I need a moment of silence to take that in. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.
It's
A
her
lot of y'all
smile
don't know.
behind it.
For the people that are watching, for the people that are going to catch this on repeat, I am a very sentimental being. And it is something about having my best friends here right now and the ish that life has been throwing us. And we like working with a full tank right now. Now, my sister that's here, Miss Chocolate Earth, she got a quarter tank, but since we on full, we gonna pour into her. So
Oh,
we may
I
That's
was
all
that.
thinking,
leave. We may all leave the broadcast in full. Look, it's a wonderful Wednesday.
Well,
I
I
could.
went out. I heard her saying, "I met a man," and my phone kind of went out, and then I got a mic check, and I couldn't hear y'all, so I didn't know what the rest of that. Well, I'm like, I met a man about a
You
horse
know
and
what?
about a
My
what?
jaw
I did,
dropped when she said that. She stopped right there because she wanted to bring you on. So she
oh,
brought you
thank you,
up
thank you.
and she
Of
didn't
course.
continue. So everybody want to hear about the man.
Oh Lord.
Right.
Okay.
Let's hear this.
While,
Okay.
while
So
we while we sip our spiritual tea with
yes,
I
please
know
with,
sip,
it.
with, wait, with,
sip
with,
the
with the
tea.
pinky
I'm
out.
bringing it. I'm bringing the tea to y'all. I'm bringing the tea. So I'm outside, and I do live in the boonies. I live in Arizona, northern Arizona, and it ain't a lot of black people up here. Just I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I have land up here, and so they opened up a little shop down the street, right? And I'm like, they be having $10 bags. I was like, okay. So I was walking up there. Listen, I'm on a budget. So I was walking up there, and I saw this black dude, kind of tall, bald. He had a dad bod. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't look bad. He's just, I call them dad bods or father figures. If you're a
Hey,
father figure, you
Dad.
don't got no kids, but you got a dad bod if you got kids. Okay. So anyway, he stopped me and was like, "I'm sorry for staring." He said, "It's just nice to see somebody that I know." You know what I'm saying? That look like us. And I told him, I said, "Where you from?" And he was like, "I'm from Savannah, Georgia." And I was like, "Okay." And so we was just talking because I was like, "I'm originally from Ohio." We did the la 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 la. But he was so polite. He was such a gentleman. He was like, and I made the move and was like, "Let me get your number. I know how it is. You new to town. I get that." He
It's
got a
many women.
daughter. Huh? He
I
got a
said it was
daughter.
many women.
So I was like, okay. Like he wasn't bad on the eyes, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. We gonna see. He ain't like we texting right now, and he ain't said nothing crazy to me yet. So we're gonna see first. I like to give room.
So let me ask you this,
Yes.
because things like that can actually pour into us and add a few more drops of encouragement or
Yeah.
love or motivation to our heart tank. Did that fill your heart tank today talking to
You
that
know
man?
what? It was yesterday. So this day two. We
Okay.
day two. You know what? I can't lie. The superficial part of me was like, damn, I'll be still looking good out here. Okay, all right. And then,
Hey, I know that's
cause I did, girl, I had my little midriff on. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's hot outside. So anyway, he was like, I told him I owned some land and it was something else, and he was like, "Oh my, you wife material." I said, "Oh Lord, out the gate, we we looking for a
Look, you
wife."
gave him too much information.
Right? I only gave 3 sentences, and he was like, "I'm ready." So when we going now? When you want to have kids? I'm like, brother, calm down, slow down,
So
because I
so
really,
he
I
he
really
poured
haven't.
into the tank and then you had to like come to reality because
Yes. Oh, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, do I want to do this? Because I haven't. It's been a while, and the reasons it is because one, I keep a really busy schedule. Two, I'm working on. I'm either working on my land or I'm working on the computer. And for me, that I have that trait, that workaholic trait. Like once I kick in the gear, it's a wrap. And I told him that. Like, I work hard, bruh. So he was like, "Oh, I don't care." He was like, I told him, I said, "We can talk and get to know one another. This is a place that is predominantly white. So I get that part. But child, We're gonna take it slowly, snail, slow.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
For sure.
And
I will
make
keep
and make
y'all
sure
updated.
and
I will
to
keep,
make sure that he's not pouring into or he's not pouring superficial or
right.
imaginary gas into our heart
Come
tank.
on.
Like,
Come
look,
on.
this
Cause they
gas
do
needs
it.
some substance,
Counterfeit.
okay?
Counterfeit love. That's what I'm with you on that.
Let me ask Miss I am goddess. Oh, I had a question. Did I forget the question?
She on the
Uh
phone. She on the phone, Venus.
she always multitasking doing something. Okay.
Me too.
Okay.
Make it work.
So we're gonna start with Cherise, and then we'll go to you, and then if she's off the phone, after you, then we'll go to her. But I want to ask you, ladies, um, when your heart tank, or because your heart tank, our heart is connected to our spiritual. It's like that's our spiritual account. When your heart tank is feeling kind of low, what are some of the things that you do to fill it back up so it won't completely run out?
I go into music. I drown myself into music. Music and meditation.
And
I do
so
music more than meditation, but music, to me, music will, it's something about music, it just calms you.
I'm glad you say that because I was going to ask that. What about music does it for you? Music is such a soul soothing, or it has a soul soothing frequency. It just the frequency of it, it makes you feel good. Anybody that can listen to music and don't feel good, I look, somebody check their head because some seriously ain't right. For real, for real.
Last week, I had meltdowns back to back. I was overwhelmed. I wanted to pull my hair down. I couldn't stop having these crying panic attacks. And I just said, you know what? I tried to rest, couldn't rest. I just put on music and just started talking to myself. I just put on music and just started talking.
That's it.
And then,
You got
and when I paused from that, I hit your line and we talked. All of that in that moment, it was a calm. And I was okay to being in that calm and embracing that. And then once I got back out of that, I was hit with the mess back again. Like it just music. I got
So
music playing now in the background because I need it.
I knew you was, but what I hear you saying is even if it's just for the moment, if our device is to help us feel better, let's say we don't have enough, I want to say substance to put us on full or keep us on full. At least we can go from empty to something until we ride back out, something that'll sustain us for a little while. And then it's because sometimes we only got so much to take us so far. But if
You
we
know,
stay if we stay close enough to the station, like because
you
we
know,
besties. So if we
you
stay plugged in enough, then we draw from one another, then we might not reach all the way on E.
you know what is crazy? Having trust issues and having people ready and willing to pour into you, but because you have this big thing where so many people have rubbed you the wrong way, said the wrong things. When you needed somebody to pour into you and replenish and help feed your heart and pull it back to full, it just you X people out. I've gotten to the point where I don't care if they can help me. If my village, my adult village, if I can't get what I need from them, I need to start pulling it myself. Because other people on the outside that's willing to do it, I'm not willing to open that up to trust you to give me and expect you to give me what I need.
Now, I'm gonna speak on that really, really briefly. If you have something after I speak on it, then of course you can reply back. But I definitely want to get to Miss Chocolate Earth to hear what some of the things that she does to build her heart tank, her spiritual account back up when it's low. Something that I do, anybody that I allow to enter into my life, um, first of all, they've kind of went through. I hate to use the word vetting, but I guess it's fitting
Hell,
right here.
went through
They
hell. Went through
they
hell.
they they've gone through a vetting process, so I pretty much know what their purpose is in my life. And if I know what your purpose is in my life, I don't have to build a wall to keep you out. I know that you're the fun person or the kick it person. I know that you are the wisdom and knowledge person. I know that they are the whatever, whatever, whatever. So I know each and every person's what space they occupy in my life. So if I can give any like helpful advice or encouragement, just know who people are and why they're there. Because if you have allowed them to, if you have befriended them in whatever kind of way, you have chosen them to be in your space or occupy whatever space they occupy for a reason.
I'm snatching back friendships.
Maybe
I'm
don't
snatching them
take
back.
that. But no, sometimes you got to take some shit back.
Woo.
What is
Miss
your intake, Miss
Chocolate,
Chocolate?
when
Oh my
your heart
gosh.
tank, when your
Hmm.
heart tank is low or empty, what are some of the things that you do to fill it up or build it back up?
Well, yes, I'm with Sharice. I play music. I used to sing, so what I'll do sometimes is pick like the Mary J. Blige, what's the 411 album, and just sing until I'm exhausted. Because singing for me is just like if I had, somebody to bicycle with, we'll say bicycling with. Uh Listen, I know what they good for. But anyway, I personally do that. I love, and then I create. I love to create things.
Mhm.
Like if it's a project I need to work on, I might pour myself into it because it feels good. Like I have a feel good project I'm working on and be like, okay, push myself to do it. Talk to my sister, and I'm always cracking jokes. And that's probably because I've had like one of the craziest tragic lives ever. However, I try to keep, I guard my peace. So I try to that's why I have to keep an eye on my heart cuz if my heart ain't okay, my peace ain't okay. So I do that, and when I can I'll exercise. Anything to kind of like burn that energy off because that's what it is. It's that feeling, that exhaustion, that depression, that hold on you, and it's like I'm going to just sweat this and get it off me. So yeah, that those are some of the things I do. I used to drive for a living, and I used to love to drive. So I would always do that. Oh, I love when like if I was seriously depressed and or I needed to work a problem out, like you said, Sharice, I turn the music on, talk to myself, honey. That's a sign of genius. So because again, who we gonna trust? Who with us when the lights is out? I want to love me when I go to bed
Exactly.
by myself. If I'm in the house, which I'm in the house by myself, ain't no man. My dog is the closest thing I got to a responsibility. Roscoe. Other than that, I want to sit down, kick it, have a good time. Let's laugh, let's joke, let's do. If we gonna fight for something, let's fight for peace, pleasure, joy, and we have to pour those things into each other as women as well. That's why we have the abilities that we do. We carry so much. And it's like light work for us. But what we fail sometimes at is that it's all right to put it down. There ain't nobody watching.
For
It's
sure.
okay to put it down.
And
And
even if
thank
they
you
are
for
watching, they can watch you put it
who
down and then pick it
cares?
back up
Exactly.
when you need to.
I'll share this with y'all real quick and then I pass it on. I've been through some things that have put me in positions where I've had to live around strangers. Um, I had a meltdown, breakdown after my mother passed away, and my family was worried, and they put me in the hospital. I cannot tell you how I'm supposed to be in there healing for myself, right? I had the nurse come to me and go, "Has anybody ever told you that you an empath? It's your energy." And I'm walking around, I'm sick, I'm at my worst, and I got people telling me, "Hey,
Yes,
you still worth it,"
yes,
and that's the fight.
How was that for you? Like, was it difficult feeling drained, feeling like, you know, because
Mhm.
I go through this sometimes. It's like we can know who we are, but if you get to a certain point in life to where you just beat down, sometimes it's like F who I am
Yes,
because I'm feeling like crap right now.
she
Like
ain't this. Yeah, yes, yes. It ain't
I
her.
got this bright spirit, but this spirit is covered in the dark. Like, oh my gosh.
I will tell you that's it exactly it. It's like shedding skin. It's like shedding that layer of pain, that layer of angst, overwhelmingness. My sisters, we joke and play around with each other all the time. And I told her, I said, I don't care how old we get. You my sister. You always gonna be that big head little girl to me. I'm lucky and thankful that I got a sister and a brother that I actually can go to. I got a support system. Everybody don't got that. So that's why I try to be support for other people, but there's a but. I ran low, and then I lost my best friend. I lost my mama. I ain't been right since, but I'm still here, and I still want to give love and care for other people. That's what makes me. I get excited to see somebody better off because I'm in their life.
Mm.
yeah.
So there it
So
is.
let me ask you this, if you don't mind
No,
answering.
not at all. Thank you for letting me share.
When you say you haven't been right since, can you touch on that just a little bit?
Oh gosh,
Um,
yeah, sure.
because I've heard people talk about um certain loved ones that has transitioned and passed on. And depending on your relationship with them, it's like when they leave, a piece of you leave with them. Oh, I want to take that in. Oh my gosh. That just kind of
Yeah,
hit me. Somebody gonna need to hear this. Speak on that for me, please.
my mother and I grew up together. She was 19 when she had me. So we grew up together. This my mama had me by herself, away from her family, 19 years old. So her and I's bond was wild from the get-go. Like even as a little girl, I can remember how my mother was in dental class, right? And she had me, I was like 8, 7, 8 years old, and I was learning the words with her. I practiced with her.
Wow.
We've been through everything together. I took care of my mother when she was sick. I made sure my mama was safe because my father was on something else. So I ended up becoming the father. I ended up becoming her partner. So it was like once she was gone, it felt like half me gone. And I'm left with this other half, and I'm slowly regenerating. Like the that little thing, what's it called? The exolopi or something. I can't remember. It will regenerate its parts. And that's all that's what I'm doing now. I'm regenerating parts of me. And that's why I said I'll never be the chocolate I was with my mom. That's a one and done. I probably will always have that there. However, even though she left and I felt like I was like ripped in half, I also know that my mama left things for me when she left. Portions of her soul, we will always be connected.
Mm.
I sound like her. I look like her. I look in the mirror and sometimes it make me cry. They couldn't tell us apart. Me, my sister, and my mama, we all sounded alike. And she was the shortest woman in history, and she was mean, and she would say crazy things to my friends. But I'm gonna tell you something. I love that woman's dirty drawers. I almost lost her when I was 16. That was the first time I think in my life, Venus. I think I was 16 and I became grown.
Mm.
I became grown because here is one of them moments where my mama could have died. Excuse my language, unalive, and I was 16 years old sitting in the hospital room by myself. My daddy was still alive, my aunts, my uncles. And I tell you, I sat there all night. I sat there 12 hours straight, waiting. The doctor came to me and said, your mama got a 50-50 chance. 16, yo. Not even a, let me lead you into it. It was just
Right.
straight.
And then suddenly the weight of the world hits you like, whoa, shit is real right now.
And from that very moment, my mother and I, our relationship changed again. It shifted. I became her caregiver. I had to make sure she was clean after her surgery. I was carrying her. And I did these things with pure honor. Yeah, I got
Mm.
tired. Yeah, I hated it. Sometimes I wanted to cry. I was so tired. As I didn't have no help. My baby sister and brother they was little. My brother wasn't even alive. My sister was like 9 years old. And I'm laying here. The reason I'm probably as intense as I am is because I've dealt with that teetering of life and not life, losing people early in life. It does something to you, and it did. It changed me. It. I don't feel. I feel empty in certain areas that I think will one day heal. However, I think for me, giving back to people is how I cope because I took care of her and my brother, my sister, my daddy, my friends, my grandma, my grandpa. And somebody could always call on me. But when I needed it, wasn't nobody around. My mama was gone. She was the only person that gave a shit.
I
And
want to,
and
oh, my,
that's no 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 no. You good. Thank you for letting me share that. But yeah,
finish your thought though.
simply put it, when people talk about coming from a big family and still feeling lonely, that's been my experience in life. That I've always felt like I was the outcast. I was the different one. Girl, if I we gonna sit down and talk. But the things that I've had to deal with and swallow, so to speak, and keep pushing and get up and dust my damn knees off and get up again, you get tired. And I was there, Venus. Girl, it was a wrap. And I say this and I say this because my sister, my brother, and at the time my doctor, they saved my life because right after my mama left me, girl, I was it. I was done. I no, I'm good. What's left? Who I got? I don't have no kids. I didn't get married. It took me down. And if it wasn't for my brother and sister, I wouldn't be talking to y'all now. I'm gonna keep it. They whatever my mother's messages were, she put them in my brother and my sister so that I would keep going. And I think that's why I have so much empathy and compassion because even though that little woman was mean as a hot piece of bacon, she would give you the shirt off her back. And so that's me, good or bad.
When I hear you speak, I feel like I just learned a lot more about you because no, because you share a lot online. You're very transparent, and I've been knowing you. I've seen you in these YouTube streets.
Uh-huh.
I've been around for I think it's
Yeah.
been over a year now,
Over a year. Longer than that, I think.
and so I've heard you talk about how much you give all the time, and I never understood where they came from. But when I just heard you share their story, I was like, ah, I think that's it. Because she had to go all in and be all in taking care of her mom, you don't know how not to be a caregiver, how not to pour your all. And I think for some people that can be overwhelming because a lot of people are not used to genuine love. They don't know what to do with it. And so, as we talk about our heart tank and our spiritual account, one of the things that makes you happy is giving. But I believe I'm also hearing that what makes you happy can also drain you. And so it's kind of like it can be a double-edged sword sometimes.
Oh, you got it. You hit it. That's exactly it. And this last go run, I had some people I was helping out, and they just, they showed me they behind, and I told them, I said, listen, I don't regret helping you, but just like I'm in your life, I'm happy to be out of it. I'm not gonna man, woman, child. I'm not gonna force you. And I know that bothers a lot of people,
You got muted, hon.
Muted chocolate.
it took me a long time to love me again. So I have to protect it with everything. So if you don't want to be around me, baby, bye bye. I'll get you a ticket if you like.
Because you got it like that. I'm gonna say this, and then I want to move forward and hear what Mr. Bless has to say, and Miss I Am Goddess. But you brought up something that was very instrumental when you said you are. I don't think you said you're rebuilding. What was the word that you used? Regenerating.
Yes, regenerating. Yeah,
And
axolotl. That's what they're called. Axolotls. Ain't that what it is? Ooh, I'm
you're
sounding
not,
like my
I'm
grandma.
not familiar with that word. I don't know.
It's an ugly little thing with them eyes. It's like it looks like a little squidgy thing, and they regenerate their limbs.
Uh,
Yeah.
when I heard you say that, what I heard in the spirit, because you said you'll never be the same. But before your mom transitioned, that chocolate, that's a one and done. But in your regeneration, what I heard and saw in the spirit, and I want to speak to the audience, anybody out there that has ever lost anybody that you feel like you will never be the same again, you lost yourself. How how can I get back to me? Miss Chocolate Earth just said, you may not get back to that version of you, but what is possible is, you can regenerate or rebuild a new heart tank to where that new heart tank can be full, and then you can just honor and cherish the version of you and the heart tank that you had that was full before that person exited this realm or exited your life. Oh my gosh, I think that is such a powerful statement.
Thank you.
I'm getting emotional because
No, because I am too, and I'm thankful that you see me, because that falls into that circle. Like growing up,
we
you ain't
kindred
felt
spirits,
seen.
sis.
I mean, seriously. Like, and the reason I think I share, because again, I know that there's sisters like me out here. I know that there's sisters who gave up their life for their family, or are adults taking care of their parents, or have lost someone, or my life has given experiences that I know everybody might not have that list, but I do, and I'm learning from them, and that's what I had to do. I had to start rebuilding because I was just an empty vessel. I was just like existing. And what's so wild is Chocolate Earth. The reason I'm even Chocolate Earth today is because of that woman. I wanted to build her a house. That's how it started.
Mm.
And it went from there. So I know a lot of people like, oh, we love everybody love their mama. I got you. But I'm gonna always talk about mine. I have to honor her. Cause this woman went through so much
I think it's
herself.
different. I don't want to downplay people's
No.
relationships with their parents,
Hmm.
but I think it's a little bit different, or can be. Let me say
Hmm.
that. It
Hmm.
can be a little bit different when your parent is your best friend.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I've met other people who have shared with me as well. Like, girl, it was bad. I had to join groups. I was online talking to strangers. I didn't know what to do
I
because in
want to
my
also,
life, yeah, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
finish your thought.
I was so broken that I didn't care about the pieces. I didn't want them no more.
Mm,
I didn't care about being in a relationship. I didn't care about having no kid. I didn't care about nothing. Chocolate is what? Who cares? And I, with that, Chocolate Earth, me pouring into that gave me back what I needed to get
mm.
started into it. And so that's it. I don't. I tell you this, Venus. I have come to the self awareness that all of this shit is made up. We all flying by the seat of our pants.
You better say
And
that.
it's okay to say yes. It is hard. We done made this shit hard. And it's proof. It's proof. We have created systems just so it can make it harder for you to do something. Because again, we've been taught as black folks, if you ain't working hard, it ain't worth it. So yeah, that's what my mother was. She worked hard. My people was laborers. My grandfather, he worked two jobs. This man worked for GM, bought a house, had worked laundry, and raised 10 kids in one house and kept a wife who could choose to work.
My. I
So for
want to
me, I get that. I get that from my grandfather. The
greetings, beloved.
entrepreneur.
How are you? Fear no
Greetings,
mortal.
namaste, namaste.
It's good to see you here. I want to take a moment to speak to the audience members and reiterate for those of you that are watching, for those that may watch it on the repeat. Um, I want to encourage you and let you know that it's possible to rebuild after loss. Uh, Even if the loss isn't um, transitioning into another realm, if it's not that kind of uh, finality, there are so many relationships that we as people we lose for whatever reason. We grow apart from people. Sometimes people hurt us, and depending on their relationship and how it hurt us because of how we poured into that relationship or that particular person, you may feel like you can't get yourself back. I've been there. I had a romantic relationship one time that I came close to losing my wits. We had to go get some help because psychologically I felt like I was in an accident and that accident was going to leave me crippled for the rest of my life. And when I tell y'all that I had to go through spiritual rehab and now I'm walking without a limp, sometimes my hip hurt. Sometimes my ankle hurt because I might have a screw in it or something. Spiritually speaking, you feel me? It may ache when it rain or when it get cold outside, but I can walk properly for the most part. Do you feel me? I thought I was gonna be crippled. We'll talk about that another time.
We are
But
gonna have to do it.
but I said all that to say, even after all of that, even in a physical transition to where you cannot talk to the person physically anymore, even that it is still possible to regenerate your heart and rebuild your heart. It may look different, it may feel different, but you can still have a full heart tank after that kind of loss. So I encourage anybody that has lost someone that feel like they'll never have a full tank anymore or a full spiritual account. We are going to let's hear from Mr. Bless. How are you, love? Are you gonna talk, you gonna share about your heart tank this evening? What's your heart tank this evening?
You're being funny right now.
No. Hey,
Any of the ladies? Are y'all done sharing? Chocolate, you done
Miss
sharing?
Sharice, Miss
Miss
Sharice.
Reese,
I don't think
we
I
going
don't know.
down around in the circle. So we gonna do him and then we'll do
We
Mr.
gonna
Reese.
throw that
I
thing
always,
in a
I always,
circle.
I always do ladies first.
That's a song too. Look, don't make me get up. Ow, ow. See,
Lord,
this is what happened when women get on the screen.
it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Any
Shoot, we need it. We need it. Please. Go
So
ahead.
let me
I'm
say
sorry.
this. This is some of the things that fills our heart tank. When we could just be goofy girls. Plain and simple. Okay, but share your
Okay,
thoughts.
all the ladies, y'all done? Because I always do ladies first. So if all the ladies are done, y'all, if y'all done, if y'all want to share something, y'all can go ahead.
No,
Before
share your thoughts. It's on
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, okay, cool. All right, all right. So what I was gonna say is, mm, as far as you know, the heart tank being empty or getting to that point, as you said earlier, you have to basically be aware of your environment. You know what I mean? One,
Mm.
self number one, with your creator, if whatever deity you believe in, you know what I mean, whatever you stand, wherever people stand on that, because I know people come from different aspects of spirituality and belief, and I respect that. You know, even though I have my own, I always respect everybody else's. Uh,
That's good.
so yeah, whatever you believe in it, or wherever you at with that is cool. But it starts with that. It starts with the inner work, right? Now it goes from that to now your outer circle, right? Who will impact your inner work if you're not aware of your outer circle or those who are around you who are going to either be a benefit of the things that you have invested in yourself or they're going to be a detriment. You know what I mean? And we have to be aware of that, you know. And it's like we have to understand when we really arrive with to our destiny and we really realize the things that we're supposed to be doing, like everything around you gonna change at that moment. Like everything gonna change. You like you're not gonna entertain certain conversations or behaviors or like, and then there's certain things you're gonna gravitate toward. Like there's gonna be certain things that's like, yeah, that I'm gonna take that love. Yeah, that I'm gonna take this positivity. Yeah, that I'm gonna be around that. But then all the stuff that is negative or evil or and impacting your life in a way that's not good, you will cut it and shut it down immediately. I had to hang up on somebody the other day, and I'm glad I did, and I blocked them too. So, um, you know what I mean, and yes, and if you are probably listening, yes, you are blocked. And because sometimes they watch the show, whatever. But but with that being said, sometimes that has to happen because you have to protect yourself from the wrong and negative type of things so that your heart doesn't go on E. So that you're able to give to a Galaxy Venus or Charisse or Chocolate or I Am Solar and you're able to be given to. You can't do that if you have negative Nancy and evil Evan around you all the time and they're just pouring but just garbage and just evil, just negativity towards you. So of course you're gonna be empty because you're as my brother Dre likes to say, you know what I mean, salute to him if he's listening. You're pouring into an empty cup. You're pouring into a cup with a hole in it. You know what I mean? No matter what you pour in, ain't nothing gonna stand there. Ain't nothing gonna be solid because there's a hole there. So it's gonna always it won't be able to hold nothing solid because there's a hole right in the cup. And some people are like that. And yes, you may be the one to motivate them or help them out or even help them to fix the hole. That might be you, right? But sometimes it ain't you. You got to know the difference, right? Sometimes we got to step away from people and we got to let them be, especially when when they're into different types of substances or maybe certain type of lifestyles or they into like certain things involving activities or whatever, or they haven't dealt with certain things mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. You gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. You know what I mean? Because they haven't. You gotta treat your life like your precious jewelry, right? When you are dealing with precious jewelry, they tell you if you do not have the money to get this precious jewelry, you ain't getting it. Point blank
Hold
period.
on. And let me say this. Don't jewelry need to be cleaned every once in a while? We think
There
we
you
can get
go.
jewelry and we just keep like
There you
just like
go.
just like with a house.
Hmm.
Sometimes I look around and I'll be like, ooh, I ain't wiped this off in a while. It get dusty. We gotta
Yep.
clean some ish up sometimes. I
Yep.
have to
Yep.
say that.
Yep. And also with certain stones and emeralds and jewelry, they have a value, right? And that value is that value. And once it's at that value and it's set at that value, that's what it is. And if you can't afford it, you're not gonna have it. Straight up. You gotta that's how expensive somebody stepping into your life has to be. They have to come qualified and equipped. They have to show that they are, and that means that they have to show the right amount of love. You know what I mean? And the right amount of positive, and as the Bible calls the fruits of the spirit. You got to show that love, that peace, that patience, that healing. You know what I mean? All that positivity. They have to show that. If they haven't shown that, then they're not qualified, and they have not paid the price to be in your life. They haven't, because not everybody deserves to be around you. They just don't. They don't. And until we get to that point, yeah, the heart tank always gonna be on E because we just allowing the wrong things into our realm. And I want to say this last thing: when we have arrived into our destiny, we see our destiny, we gonna be so in love and so involved in that we don't even have the time to even spend on anything that's taken away from that. Anything, anyone, any person, any type of, even if you see something on TV and it's distracting you. I learned that you could block ads now on YouTube. So anytime I see something that I just see and I'm like, this ain't no benefit to me. Let me get this out of here. This ain't nothing but a distraction. And you got to do the same thing with people that are around you. Because if not, yeah, you will be on E. But avoid being on E. You know what I mean? You can. I'm not saying you can always be on full, but you can be dang near close to it. Because we have our good days and bad days. And yeah, you know what I mean? That's what it is, you know? I land there. Much love. Y'all know what it is.
So I have to expound on and speak on how profound what you just said was. You started off saying to keep your spiritual tank or your spiritual account as close to full as possible and your heart tank on full, it starts with self-awareness and and whatever divinity or higher power you believe in. Oh my gosh, that was so important. Because for people that do have a higher power, um, or your spirituality, where you feel like your ancestors, you talk to your ancestors and they give you strength, because we can't do it by ourselves. That's just number one. Like for real, you can't exist on this planet doing everything by yourself, or you're gonna be drained and you're gonna get burned out. And then you said after that comes the inner circle, the people that we connect to. I love it when a man speaks. And when I say a man, I'm talking about a real man, not just a dude that got a third leg, because all guys got a third leg. But men speak with wisdom, they speak with substance. Um, they speak life. Not to say that women don't, but men and women view things differently. So we can learn something from our sister circle and be encouraged and uplifted. And we can also learn things from our brother circle and be encouraged and uplifted. So I want to encourage the audience, whether you're male or female, make sure, try if you don't have a same sex and an opposite sex person that can pour into you, I encourage you to align to have both because it makes a difference. It makes such a wonderful, wonderful difference. I think, look, brother done put it down. I don't know what else to say. Um, let's see. We are going to. I see we have another panelist that just joined us, but I want to see if we didn't get to Cherise. No, yes we did. As far as um some of the things that you do when your heart tank is running low. Mr. Smalls, how are you, dear? It's good to see you again.
Hi, good night, good night. How you doing?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. My heart tank today is it's almost full. You know, I made a joke and said, my love is not premium love today. It's, I done filled up on cheap stuff, but I'm still almost full. So I gotta pump the premium love back in my heart. But I am A-okay.
Ah, nice, nice.
If you don't mind, I don't know how long you've been watching or if you're just joining us, but today's topic is giving too much. Do you give too much? Are you giving too much? And is your heart tank on E? So I want to ask you, what is your heart tank looking like this evening?
Well, technically, I just jump in. I didn't know what the topic is. I just feel like, just jump in the ocean and just see what's ever being thrown at me. So, topic is giving. If we're giving too much,
Yes. Do you give too much? Are you giving too much? And in general, we're speaking about when we as people give too much, how it leaves our spiritual account empty and our heart tank. I'm using the heart tank like I can't think of the word, but a synonym like close to like the car and a gas. And like when you ride too much in your car and you don't fill your tank up because you just riding and you don't put no gas in the car, how it could be on E. So with our heart tank, how often are we filling up our heart tank? Are we giving too much to where our heart tank or our spiritual account is leaving us depleted and empty?
all right. I think I could answer that. All right. You have you have people who you could give, and you have other people who don't appreciate it, right? But if you see someone actually genuine, really need in need, and you actually give the person, I feel complete. If the
Mm.
person didn't really want it, you just take it out of saw or tell me that they don't want it, I feel like I waste my time. Short, sweet, that's how I feel.
Have you ever given to the point to where your heart tank was empty? Has that ever occurred to you or happened to you?
I I don't think so. You have some. You have my times that I'm very generous. I'll be honest. You got my time. I'm very generous, and you got other times I am not generous at all.
Now that's really important because when you made that statement, what I heard, my interpretation was, to have somebody that heart tank has never been on E, that means you're always pouring into yourself. Or either you have people in your life that pour into you to where you're always sustained and you don't give too much to a point to where it exhausts your spirit. Oh my gosh. Look, round of applause for that, because oh my gosh. Look, you get the gold star today. Look, somebody give him a medal. You feel me? Cause
Hey, you got to balance out. Like, what's your this earth is a balance, right? If it rains too much, it floods. You got landslide. All kind of thing happen. And if it don't rain, the soil get dry. Your water source get dry. Everything ease up. So you have to find a middle ground, a balance. Sometimes you got to be generous. Sometimes you don't. You must. Depends on the person need. If the person really genuine, yeah. But I will not come and say, here $20. Nah.
so has this mindset always been natural for you? Like, does it come naturally, or did you have to learn that because perhaps you came close to giving too much? It was like, that ain't the route I want to go. Or has it always been like natural? Like, I ain't gonna give too much. I'm only gonna give to the people that are worthy. I'm gonna give what I can, and then I'm gonna keep the rest for myself because I ain't gonna never go without.
Well, I will tell you the truth, right? I learned the hard way. When I was small, when I was a kid, oh boy, people, my parents and teachers used to call me Santa Claus because I just used to give away everything, every single thing. If I have a snack, I share it. If I have food, I share it. If I have this, I share it. And I have nothing, I ain't leave but nothing for me. And you realize that you really want something, the body there too, So bye. He helped me do this, he shared a little bit of thing with me. And you're like, so this is how it goes. So, sometimes you have to learn. Experience is
Absolutely.
the hard task master. You present the test first, and then they ask you the questions later.
That's it. Like, wow. It is, I'm just, I'm in awe that you gave so much as a child that your nickname was Santa Claus. That is hilarious. And there are
That is
children
so
that are like
wild.
that. Everything they have, they'll just give it away. I have a daughter that's in
Yep.
kindergarten. She's 6 years of age, and she had an end of the year kindergarten picnic. And the parents were supposed to bring snacks and maybe bring the child's favorite food. So she loves cheese sticks. We went and got some cheese sticks and some fries, and some chips and all of that. This girl gave away all of her cheese sticks. Those children surrounded her talking about, can we have some more? Look, when I tell you I was furious, I was like,
Oh no.
y'all know, y'all just asked her for all of her food and she didn't keep none for herself. There is no more. So sometimes people don't know how to they won't take what you give them and be grateful. They gonna keep coming back for more until it ain't no more. You mean to tell me you gonna take until I ain't got nothing left for myself?
Yes. Yes.
And I
People get
had to
off on that. The word. Go ahead.
I
I'm so
have
sorry. Go ahead.
I know you okay, but I had to tell my baby, sweetheart, it's okay to say no. You just gave away all your food, baby. Now you ain't got no cheese sticks. I know you want at least one. Like you gave away all this shit. I was
But I
curious.
add a piece, but I add a piece to it in the thought process. She was thankful that they came to celebrate with her. So for her being a giver, sometimes that is the tank. Sometimes it does for some people. I'm not saying all, but like I said, like for me, I care about the underserved. Your baby is blessed with the gift of empathy because it's a gift. Because we see the world does not have empathy, especially when it comes to black women. We don't get it, and black men as well. But if the women ain't okay, the men ain't gonna be okay.
I think we have
So
to
we got to figure something
understand.
out because we fighting against the wrong. We fighting against the wrong enemy. We fighting against each other. They got us fighting against each other. This is the smoothest grift I've ever seen in my life.
Mm,
They've put enough poison in the water to make black men and black women be enemies.
let's go
And we
back a
see it
little
every
bit.
day on these panels.
Let's go back a little bit. I
Sure.
think it I think it's important to understand what Mr. Smalls was saying, to have a balance. It's one thing to get it because you want to give it away. But if I give, let's just say I become a billionaire, or I could just say a millionaire, and I give you $10,000. I don't want you to give away the whole 10,000. I gave it to you. Now, of course, it's yours to do what you will, but can you please keep some for yourself? So I think it's important to know when to say no and when to give it all away. If someone gives you a gift, I think it's important that you preserve that gift and you keep some of that gift for yourself. Because I mean, it depends on how you look at it. So it's one thing to give it away if you don't need it. When you already have your substance, or when somebody else need it, because sometimes people can be greedy, or just when to say
Oh, of
no.
course.
So having that balance
Discernment.
and not just letting people run over you or overbearing you or overbear you because you have something. You may not have what I have. Let's just say, and I'm gonna be kind of funny to lighten up the moment. When you in a relationship, men love to talk about how we always eating off their plates, right? So um maybe you got a steak or he got a steak and you got a shrimp dinner, but you want some of his steak. You're not gonna eat all of his steak because you ordered shrimp. So you may want some of that steak. Let me get some of that steak. But you ain't gonna be greedy and take all your man's steak. Because if you wanted steak, you could have ordered
And
steak. You got shrimp. Take some of the steak that he done shared with you, eat your shrimp, and sit the F down. I land
come
there.
on. Make it too we make it too complicated because we're trying to meet goals that other people have set for your relationship. We have allowed other human beings, even within them teaching us better, they've also handicapped us because you have some people who want to see the city burn. And so it's important to us to keep each other uplifted. man or woman, brother or sister, especially out here on this space, it's a lot to do this. It's not easy to come up here and talk to folk and talk to an audience and you don't know who's watching you, but you sharing, you're
And how you're
giving,
being
your story
perceived
matters.
or judged.
Exactly.
Ain't no telling what folks think of me.
I'm gonna speak to the online thing. Um, as far as the online thing, you have to keep 6 degrees of separation, as they like to say, and understand that. And I didn't understand this when I first got online. I thought that people actually really wanted to genuinely have conversations. I knew there were some people who didn't, and they didn't really care. But I thought the consensus was that people, for the most part, were on here because they were trying to make something or build something. But then when I
Mm.
realized that people were really out here, to grift and for money and views, and I really realized that, and I really realized it was a spectacle, kind of like Hollywood in a sense.
Mm.
And people just had different motives, and what happens online is that people are literally grifting. They're basically vampires that are using that are sucking the literal essence out of people for money, views, and clicks and subscribers. That's really what it is. A lot of it is. So yeah, they'll act like they don't like this, or a man will act like they don't like a woman, or a woman will act like they don't like a man, and some people they actually don't really like that person or whatever. But a lot of it is them putting on so that they can get their views up and they can make some money, even at the expense of others or how they feel or their families or whatever else. They don't care because there's no, as the great Ali Sadiq says, you know, when it comes to our people, I'm talking about our people. We do things without understanding consequences, and that's a problem.
Mm. Mm.
We'll
Mm.
do something, and we don't fully understand the consequence. Yeah,
And sometimes we don't care.
yeah. We don't care about the consequence because we don't fully understand the severity of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. I can I can insult this person or maybe even clap back, but then am I ready for the exchanges after that? No, I'm not ready for that. So why even engage? Or why even start it? If I'm fully not ready to go there. It was something I seen and it was so sad. And I've seen a couple of videos like this. It was a married couple. They were doing social media and they had got into it with this one person on social media. They were going back and forth with each other and they happened to be in that person's hometown, and the person found them and deleted them both. And this is the evil and degeneracy that comes with this. So you always got to just keep 6 degrees of separation, even when it comes to engaging with people outside of this, even the general public. You just got to keep your separation, and you want to engage with those in settings and in environments that you know that are positive for the most part and that are full of love. And if it ain't that, then definitely remove yourself immediately, because we have a time now where people are literally trying to, like, not just trying to physically delete you, they're trying to spiritually delete you. It's just
Mm.
different nowadays. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? They
Oh,
trip
you
away.
talking. You
Yeah,
saying something.
you understand what I'm saying, family? They're trying to strip away and take away your whole essence as a human, because they don't have nothing inside of them.
Yeah.
Nothing inside of them. And I'm gonna say this and I mean this, and after this I'm gonna land. The problem is the real problem is, you know what I mean? Most people, and I learned this from the movie The Notebook, but I've learned this, overall, just through, my just through this whole year or this past year. And it's one thing that I've been shown through God. You know what I mean? Or for some of y'all, universal or whatever you believe in. Most people are existing; they're not living. Okay, most people are not living; they're just existing. They're just existing in bad relationships or bad marriages. They're just existing with their kids in their marriage or just their kids by themselves, or they just existing by themselves in their career or whatever else. Most people are not living. They're not living. So if you coming in and your tank is on full and you chilling, you vibing, and they over there just existing in their misery, you know what I mean? Because it says most people gonna perish and go to darkness and go to the worst place ever, right? Because they're just existing. They're just they're just there for the slaughter and to be slaughtered from, in this life and the life after. You know what I mean? Because they're just existing, they're not living. So when they see you and they see Galaxy Venus and she moving around and she living, oh no, who she thinks she is? How she living? Oh no, we can't have that. No, because misery like company. So they want to make her as miserable as they are because she living.
You
She has
know,
decided to live, and she decided to allow her light to shine. She's allowing her flower to bloom. She's allowing her. You ever see the peacock with the feathers? And you see all the colors and all that. You seeing all that, and now that you're seeing all that, some people, because the people that existed, they hate that. They're envious because they don't have the courage or the energy. You know what I mean? Or even the perseverance or the love. Even put the work in to let their flower or their feathers. You know what I mean? Shine. So of course they're gonna be mad if you let yours shine. So keep shining and allow your feathers and all your colors to shine and live. You know what I mean? Go ahead, sister.
Amen, brother. Amen.
when you said that, it made me think about for the people that are just existing and they don't have any love in their heart and they've given up on trying to live and have an abundant life, they don't have anything to lose. And when someone doesn't have anything to lose, they don't care what you lose. They become like dangerous because they don't have anything to lose. Miss Sharice has been very quiet for a while. How you feeling up there?
Ooh,
Are you
when I
still
say
with us?
I am completely full, I am full, I am emotional. Miss Chocolate, she poured a lot. She poured a lot. And in
Yes,
pouring,
ma'am, I'm
I
here.
have to say I have mad love and respect for you because you messed me up soon as you started talking about your mom. Right now, let me go back. In 2016, I lost my father. My father was my everything. I've never completely healed and finished grieving from that. And fast forward 3 years ago, as of Monday, I lost my son. So that's two major hits to
Mm,
me. And I'm telling you, you messed me up. You messed me up. I had to drop down. I cried my
I'm so
butt off. You hear
sorry. I'm
me?
so sorry.
No, 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 no. Nothing to, it's nothing to apologize for. It was needed. I needed to hear that. I needed to
I'm
hear that
glad.
I'm not the only one that is, I don't want to say suffering in silence, but dealing with this the best way I can on my own. Your story is very powerful, sister. It is.
It was almost like what I saw in the spirit, and I know a lot of us have been to church at some point of our lives, and even if we are not practicing Christianity right now, we have been a part of the Christian faith. And what I just felt in my spirit was your story was like that balm that the Bible talks about, or pouring the oil over her wound. She was wounded. And sometimes, nowadays we put neosporin on a scar, something like that. You
Some
gave
water.
her some, say that again.
I said we tell each other put some water on it and keep pushing.
But you gave her oil, you gave her medicine and balm to truly heal this scar and this wound that she had. Um, and I know my best friend well enough to know that when you start talking about your mom, that's what happened. That's why I stuck with you and in that pocket for so long because I knew that she needed it, but she may not be the only person that helped. But at that moment, I know I was helping my friend. So
I'm gonna tell.
it became ministry at that moment for me.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. My sister be on me about. Like I said, and Miss Sharice, I'm gonna tell you something that fills me up. That I was able to help. That I was able to share my story. You listening, you taking it in. You don't know me from Adam's house hat. But that's what I mean about energies of other people and how you can feel it. We're energy, frequency. That's why the internet is so buzzing all the time, 24 hours a day. Nothing pops off without human beings. So even though we call it the internet, it ain't nothing but a whole bunch of people making moves all day, 24 hours a day. And I do feel like sometimes we get lost in that race. And especially I'm just hardcore, especially for my black sisters, especially those of us of a certain age group and era, because we weren't allowed to deal with our feelings. We were always taught to be constantly afraid. And what happens when you're constantly afraid? You end up with the wrong type of man. You end up with the wrong type of job. You end up with the wrong type of life because folks in the way. Get out the way. You don't want to see nobody happiness. Get out the way. And I had to come to the conclusion that I'm a football player and I'll be running into folk like, nah, bro, you got to go. Because it don't make sense. I don't have to live this way. I don't have to live in pain for anybody else.
Chocolate,
That,
let
that's
me say this.
yes,
I don't
ma'am.
mean I don't mean to cut you off, but
Yes,
when you were
please.
saying get out the way, instantly me and a music person. I cannot hear get out the way without
Without
ludicrous.
ludicrous. And that's what I was talking
And
about.
then after that, even before you said to a football player, I'm like, even if you gotta throw some bowls to get
Throw
out the
some
way, you gotta throw some
balls.
bowls, doggone
Throw
it.
them balls. Because you
Look,
worth it. You worth it, sister. You worth it. The world can't spin without us. If black women ain't okay, the world ain't okay. I don't care what nobody tell you. Because life begins with us. We have helped keep other cultures alive. Who here helped keeping us alive? Ain't nothing but black women. Mamas, aunties, cousins. Getting Uncle Jesse to be involved. We raising money for somebody. We cooking for somebody funeral. Oh Lord. All of these things that we as black women have been taught that we need to be ready for because everybody need us. But don't you because you gonna fall. And so when you teach people this, you give divisiveness, and that's why we all older and we like, wait a minute. Hey yo, I got hosed. Somebody lied to me. But anyway, let me be quiet. I need to go in here for dinner I'm cooking. I much love to you ladies. Thank you for sharing that with me, Miss Reese. I hate I gotta go, but I gotta get to this kitchen.
it's all
I'm gonna
good.
be
As
back.
a matter of fact, we getting ready to wrap it up. We're gonna give
All
our
right.
final. Yeah, we're about to give our final thoughts. I'm actually gonna go from the bottom. We're gonna let Mr. Smalls do his final
Sure.
thoughts. Mr. Bless will do you, Sharice, and then me last.
All right.
Yeah,
It's
you
on
still
me.
there? We're doing our final thoughts. And your final thoughts can be anything in general, or it could be about the topic. But what is on your heart right now? What are your final thoughts for this evening?
Well, I was going back to a discussion you had a couple of minutes back. We're talking about people being, coming on social media and so. The thing about people, right? You need to understand. We as human, we are social people. We will amass. if I go to work, I cannot be my real self. You know why? Because there's rules, there's punish. I want something from the work. I want to get paid, right? You want to get paid? Of course, you have to behave yourself. If you're out with your friends, you you have a different mask. The same thing if you go to a banker or investment or talking to a teacher. We as human, we are mass, social mass. The mass is sometimes to protect ourselves, from predators. You got narcissist people and all of those stuff. But we as humans, we have to wear masks, and that's just my thought.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing. Mr. Bless, what are your final thoughts for the evening?
Wow. I was gonna keep it short, but Mr. Small said something, and I gotta touch on what he said, and that'll be my final thought. I'm glad he made that point because I wanted to make this point earlier, but I just forgot. It is what it is. So I it's not the fact that we wear masks. It's the fact that everything in our life has to be on a certain level. When I come to my job, I know my job only needs 30% of who I am. They don't deserve, and neither will they get 100% of who I am. That's not required here. I'm not talking to Galaxy Venus who I can give 100. I'm not talking to Sharice who I can give 100. I'm not talking to Chocolate. I'm not talking to people that are in my life where I can give 100. They're not required for that. They're not neither, and they don't deserve it either. They don't deserve 100. They deserve 30. I'm giving that 30, get my paycheck, and keep it moving. As one of my loved ones like to say, do your 8 and skate. Do your 8 hours or whatever it is and skate. Get up out of there. Because you're only there to give a certain amount of you to that arena. Or if I'm on social media may require 20% of me. It ain't getting 100, nor does it deserve 100. If I'm going to the store and I'm talking to the cashier probably get 15% of me. This is a quick interaction. Boom, you get your 15% of me. I swipe my card. I will see you later. You have a blessed day, full of love and everything else, and hopefully you wish me a blessed and love day as well. So that's what we got to do. We understand there's levels to it, and there's percentages of us that we have to give so that we not on E. Because we're always giving everything and everybody 100. Yeah, our tank gonna go empty. Cause you like you saying you driving full speed and now all your gas gone. No, certain turns you gotta slow down for, or you'll crash.
When I hear you say that, what came to my mind was there's a time and place for everything as far as who, what, and where you give all of you. That not every space deserves full capacity. And that's what registered to me when you said that.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. And you notice like if you dealing with one of them government spaces, one of them area, them secret government spaces, right? You got to get security clearance to go through. And if your clearance ain't right, you can't go to certain levels. You get cut off.
Come on now.
And you could literally lose your life if you try to go through certain areas. It's real. It get crucial. So we got to treat our energy the same way. You know what I mean? People have to earn positions in our life, and they have to be qualified for it. If they're not qualified, they haven't earned it. Don't give it to them. If you do, you're gonna regret it, and you're gonna be on E. And yeah, for the places that we can give 100 to, let me tell you something. Be grateful for those. As Chocolate was talking about
Mm.
her parents, as Sharice was talking about her loved ones. And condolences to both of y'all. I send my condolences to both of y'all. Be grateful for those spaces. Be grateful for those people. And if you've ever embark on someone that you can do that with again, let me tell you something. Praise whatever you believe in. Praise it, okay? And be honored that you have received that gift yet again, because it is a rare thing. Because it's supposed to be rare. With that, I land, and I love y'all.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate your thoughts. Miss Chocolate, what are your final thoughts for this evening for us? Love?
I'm gonna tell y'all that I sent all of the blessings and love I can send. That we get up again, that we get to do this again, and the week is better to us. Life is so short sometimes. We live in seconds and moments. So make sure those moments matter to you, not anybody else, just you. Lay your head down at night and be proud of who you are, why you here, how many people you done touched, how many people love you. Sometimes we got to take inventory and remember that. Sometimes it's okay to reach out and say, hey, I need some help, please. If it ain't nothing but I talk a lot, yeah, but I can listen. But that's what we have to be for ourselves and others. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you for letting me come up like always. I appreciate y'all. Y'all made me feel real good. I'm about to go in here and make this spaghetti. I'll talk to y'all later.
My. I appreciate you being here, sis. I love you so
I'm
much. Thank
listening.
you so much. I'm happy to have you whenever you're able to join.
Anytime.
You
Anytime.
just saying the word spaghetti just put some more love up in my heart tank. Ooh,
I'm baking it. You ever had baked spaghetti?
I have.
Girl, I'm about to lay we all about to be lactose intolerant in here. I'm about to put so much cheese in.
Shut your mouth. Shut your
Let me go
mouth and
there.
cook your
Finish.
food.
Yes, I'm gonna let me go. All right now, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you next week.
Okay, darling. Thank you for sharing. Miss Cherise, what are your final thoughts for this evening, hon?
I am full. I have no words. I enjoyed being up on the panel and everybody else as well. Gratitude.
I say. As I sit in that energy, as I hear the fullness in your heart space, as I empathize with the healing that is taking place in your heart space, um, I too am grateful. Um, I'm grateful because I wanted to give up doing this months ago when my heart tank was just on E. And it seemed like it wouldn't raise. And I'm like, I can't do this. I don't think it's good. And the last episode I thought I was going to do, Spirit spoke to me and said, be transparent, talk about how you feel, and just take it 1 week at a time. If next week you feel like you can go on, then by all means go on. If you feel like you're too empty to do it, then forget it. And from that moment on, I've been coming every week and just being present. And I've been so full. Um, I'm so happy to have people in my life um, like you and I Am Goddess and Mr. Blessed and even the panelists that come and share. Everybody here that comes to share is so full of love and so full of wisdom. This is a community, um, and we're family. Even if it's an online family, I appreciate. Let me turn and say this: every single person that watches this broadcasting, every single person that comments, every single person that joins the panel, y'all give me life. Because, I talk to myself, but I wouldn't want to talk to myself live on screen like that. Ain't that kind of crazy. Well, no, it ain't. Let me not say that. Let me switch that up because it ain't crazy to talk. it's difficult for me to be online without interaction because I love people and I love human interaction. I'm a talker, but I don't want to be looking at my own self for like an hour or 45 minutes talking to myself. Um yeah, that's not fun for me. So you guys fill my heart tank when we are broadcasting and you guys comment and y'all come up and share y'all thoughts and we just vibe together. It's like having company over to the house. I love having people over. Um my final thoughts are love as much as you can. Accept love as much as you can. Live life to the fullest and just do everything with love and gratitude and try to be the best that you could possibly be. Um, we all we got. Find you somebody that you can love, find somebody that loves you to where even if your heart tank gets empty, they got a few drops of love to give you. Just premium love. Um, I'll land there. This is the Sensual Eccentric podcast, episode 20. My co-host said, "Yay, yay, yay!" I am Galaxy Venus, your host. We have the lovely Sharice Tate as the co-host, and my engineer at the bottom, Mr. Blessed in the World 84. One love, much love, all the time. We'll see y'all next time. Mwah.
Later, y'all. Hold on.
Grab hold of my hand. I feel you understand me. Decide what you want, and then I will make it real indeed. Don't say time to go. No, I know you got some to spare. We've been fighting feeling when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit. Your eyes tell the